Greg Carr falling a little bit behind the top two spots there. That may not be a bad idea. If anything were to happen, that gives him a little bit of room to take evasive maneuvers.
That's right, Kane. That's a very, very good point. And it's just right now's the time, Kane. Tell them, right now's the time where they really need to be kind of settling in. You don't want to get fancy just yet. You got a long way to go. So you want to keep things steady. You want to just try to take your time and try to stay out of trouble. That's going to be the key.
I'm following a good battle right now. Daniele Markinoff and Mario Girard are fighting for 6th and 7th, and they're hitting a peak up at the top of the hill.
I'm glad you said that. Right as you said it, I just found it, and you are absolutely right, Matt. Mario Girard trying to catch up to the number 47 car of Daniil Maninkoff, and right now they're traveling at a speed of about 100 miles an hour up the mountain. Daniil gets a really good jump on Mario right now, and Daniil taking off with that number 6 position. And that's one of the, right where you see them, where they were right there going up the front rock skyline. That is one of the most dangerous parts of this entire circuit. We have seen a lot of wrecks there when we hosted the GTCC event here about a month ago. And those guys had tremendous difficulties at the top of this mountain. That is where we saw the majority of all incidents that took place here at Bathurst. So it's going to be a watch point today as these guys get to the top of that mountain. And now we, as we're looking right now, they're in the finish line right now, as Mario Girard just did, starting lap number 5. Daniil Maninkoff trying to look ahead to the battle that's in front of them. That is out of Jarrell Monroe in 5th, and in 4th, the blue Ford Falcon, Glenn Sidman. Good job by Glenn Sidman up in 4th position, battling hard with L right now.
All these guys are doing such a great job making it through this track without much catastrophe. I mean, I'm sure there's been a couple little incidents that I've missed, but I'm just so proud of these guys for doing such a great job tonight.
Me too. And I'm going to go ahead and do a quick rundown of how they run real quick since things are settling in here. And right now we have Martin Carroll in 1st place, while 2nd place belongs to Nigel Baines. 3rd place belongs to Greg Carr, while Glenn Sidman holds down 4th. Jarrell Monroe in 5th place, while Mario Girard's back in 6th. Daniil Maninkoff in 7th. Jim Egan back in 8th. Hogan in 9th. Tony Klusterman in 10th. Kyle Herron in 11th. Nils Jordan back in 12th. Jason Fox in 13th, while Isaac DeFigueiredo is in 14th. Timothy Fry is back in 15th. And Farouk Manzar 16th, 17th for Hebron, Martin Myers in 18th, and Jason Lundy in 19th.
Farouk Manzar and Chris Hogan's having a great battle down Conrad Straight there. Looks like Farouk Manzar just inched around him.
And Farouk Manzar, guys, started all the way in the back of the pack, has worked his way all the way up to the 9th position. And I'm sorry, when I did that rundown, it was a delayed rundown. It was from a little earlier. I apologize. I didn't get the updated one until right after I started reading it, so I didn't start over. But Farouk Manzar, when I read that, he was in the 16th position. He is all the way to the 9th position right now, guys. I knew this guy had it in him. It's just going to be really fun to see if he can catch up to the leaders. You know, Farouk wasn't able to make the shootout, and he started in the back of the pack, so it's going to be really fun to see if he's able to catch up with some of the fast guys up front, like Greg Carr, Nigel Baines, and Martin Carroll, our current leader.
Well, he's running about an average of 209, 210s compared to what mid-pack is running about 211s to 213. So he should catch up probably in the next 10 laps. I would probably say 10 to 15.
Well, we'll definitely have to keep an eye on that Woodman car right there. It's been a while since I've seen that on the track, Kane. I know you remember that one.
Yeah, Farouk was definitely. I'm definitely a Farouk Manzar fan. He was one of my favorite drivers to watch last season. He always made a good, exciting battle when he was on the track.
Yeah, he really did. And another one of my favorites is the number 27 car of Mario Girard. I was checking in on him, and right now he's trying to catch the number 47 machine of the Neil McMahon. And then Neil's trying to catch up to Terrell Monroe. So we're starting to get a really good battle for 5th position. As right now we see Daniil go to the outside of Terrell, and he's going to get the pass. It looks like it's going to come down to this turn right here. Oh, they almost, as they go into the left-hander. I mean the right-hander, excuse me. And Daniil is able to overtake Terrell Monroe and gets the position.
Mario Girard's not far out of that battle either.
No, he's not, Kane. And right now looking at Mario Girard, and he is going to be right behind. He's not going to make the pass here at Griffin's corner, but good job by Mario to hang right in there with him. Let's see if what's going to happen through turn 1, also known as corner.
Setting his qualifying time, Mario got a little loose going through Hell Corner. He made it through it just fine that time.
Hey guys, I'm running through the order, and I just noticed that Peter Hebron and Jim Egan are sitting in the pits a lap down now.
Might have to check on Peter Hebron there and figure out what happened there. So Peter Hebron just coming out of pits, and Jim Egan both a lap down now. And maybe a little in-race report soon will let us see if we can find out what happened. Ooh, Farouk Manzar right on the tail. Great battle right now on the tail of Tony Kloosterman in that yellow Red Bull Ford Falcon, guys. And this is going to be a good battle. Looks to the inside to make pass. And off track.
Kloosterman's off track, letting Farouk by.
Off track, guys. And a good save by Tony. That could have been detrimental to the whole race for him. If he would have got any looser, it would have been just a terrible, terrible accident for him. That is the spot we talked about earlier, Kane. That is the spot at Brock Skyline where we saw so many bad accidents in the GTCC. The Kias did not do well up there at the top of this road.
Well, the supercar is quite a bit better over the curbs than the Kia. The Kia is just such an unreliable car, especially over the bumps and stuff. But the supercar is made for curves. It just eats them up. So you won't see as many problems with the supercar over the curbs as with the Kia. But it can still definitely upset a car enough to take you off track. It can cause some problems.
Next up on Farouk Manzar's next to pass is the 6th place car of, or now 7th car of Jarrell Monroe. So we see Farouk Manzar back in the 8th position. And Kane, I'm noticing Jim Egan is still in the pit. He's still in the pits. I wonder, see if I can't find something. There we see Chris Hogan back in 10th as well. But I wonder what happened to Jim Egan. He started out running very well in the race, and don't know what happened. I'm going to see if I can find that out for us.
I'm showing an off track on lap 3, and that is the lap that he pitted on. Guess let me go take a look and see if that is the accident. A replay coming up now. Let's see if this is the Jim Egan incident.
Here is our live replay, guys.
He's already in the pits by that time. Every replay I can find of him, he's still in the pits. So that's a shame. I don't know what the heck happened to him.
And now I'm going to look out front and just to do a little race report on your current leader. The number 184 car of Martin Carroll is just blasting out in front right now, doing a really good job of doing these clean, fast, steady laps. And if he keeps that up, he'll have nothing to worry about for a while. He's doing really good. He's broke a little bit of broke away from Nigel Baines a good little bit. Greg Carr, although still on Nigel Baines' tail, he's got a little ways behind, but he's in striking distance in a lap or two at the current pace they're going. Last lap ran by our leader was 2:10, almost down in the 2:09s. Nigel Baines' last lap was minutes 10 seconds, 0.9, and then Greg Carr ran a 2 minute 11 second lap, so it's pretty close in time. But that, if they keep running those laps, you will see Martin Carroll break away from the second and third place car.
Farouk is gaining on everybody, and he is about to reach the next pack of cars. Sorry, Matt, go ahead.
Yeah, I was just going to comment on that he has caught up to Jarrell, Mario, and Daniel.
And right now, he is looking at Jarrell Monroe. And I'm telling you guys, you're right. He is flying towards Jarrell Monroe in the number 19 Perfect Circle Ford Falcon. And he is zooming, I'm telling you. When I picked him, I said, I know he's starting in the back, but I've seen him do it before, guys. He knows how to run, and with 31 laps, he has the time to get up there. But it's really gonna have to book it. He's doing a good job right now.
Farouk Manzar is most certainly the man on the move today.
Definitely currently in the 8th position. He has moved up 8 spots as he started out in 16th, Kane, and that is moving it. That is 8 positions gained, and we are only on lap number 9 right now. So not even close to a third of the way done, and he is already moved up 8 positions. Oh, trouble right there. Get a little squirrely there. Jarrell Monroe gets loose. It's okay, and that's going to allow for Manzar to make a pass on the outside. And Jarrell, don't know what happened. He just got a little squirrely there for a second. And that when he got loose, it allowed Farouk just to drive right on by easily for the pass. So now you see it. Farouk Manzar has moved up to the 7th position. His next target on his list is the number 27 car of the Road Shark Ford Falcon of Mario Girard. And Mario's no stranger to Farouk Manzar. He remembers him from last season, and we actually saw a good battle of them two last season several times, so that'll be fun when Farouk up to Mario Girard's bumper. But right now, guys, look at Mario Girard. He's doing a really good job to get that spot back from Daniil Manenkoff, who made the pass on Mario just a little while ago. Mario has caught right back up and is trying to look for a pass on Daniil.
Mario has already surpassed his qualified time from yesterday. Every lap that goes by, he seems to be getting a little faster and a little faster, so he may just make it past Daniil.
And Mario Girard's a good dark horse pick for this race because Mario has seemed to have the worst luck of the season so far, and this would just make his year. I'm telling you, this would make it easy for Mario if he could sneak into victory lane, and that would just be an unbelievable job, and you know who'd be happy about that. And Mario, of course, would be happy, but you know somebody else would be happy as well.
I know you would be happy because you're a very big Mario Girard fan.
This is true right now. Farouk Manzar making his move on the number 27. He makes the pass just fine, and he is now moved up once again. Ladies and gentlemen, Farouk Manzar is on a tear to the front.
He is, but does he have the pace to catch those leaders that have drove off? We'll see once he gets out of traffic.
That's what that's the key is as soon as he gets out of traffic. Guys, I'm just checking this. Okay, I think that was just my screen acting up there. I was making sure he didn't have a connection issue there.
Farouk usually does have a connection issue. He's a faraway friend.
Like that, Kane. Right now, he may be far away in the country, but right now, he has Daniil breathing real hard up there in that number 47 Ford Falcon, the blue and yellow machine right now. And the number 47 machine is shaking. Here comes Farouk Manzar on his bumper. How will Daniil Manenkov be able to hold off Farouk Manzar? Will he be able to hold him off up the mountain, or will he be attacked going into Conrad straight at the bottom of the mountain? We'll only see as soon as we get up across the top of the mountain in just a second.
Yeah, guys, we still have one more thing to consider, that they're going to have to stop for tires and fuel here pretty soon. They started with 19.8 gallons, and they should be stopping here in the next 5 or 6 laps.
That's a very good point by Matt Gelder. Just totally slipped my mind. You know, a lot of our races, we sometimes will have a mandatory pit stop, but this is going to be a necessity coming up for tires and fuel. And trouble right now, getting sideways. Daniil saves it. I saw the back end kick out, and a great save by Daniil Manenkov in the number 47 car. But that's going to allow Farouk Manzar to get the outside, and he will make the pass. Wow! I'm telling you what. Farouk seems to be the spell on some of these other drivers, guys. But Farouk gets a little squirrely for a second, but he's okay.
That was a great drift around that corner. That's going on a highlight reel.
Is that not phenomenal? And Farouk Manzar, ladies and gentlemen, is up to the 5th position.
That is just amazing. What a great drive, Farouk. That is unbelievable. Fantastic job.
I mean, I'm going to have to go get me a Farouk Manzar t-shirt after the broadcast, guys. Goodness gracious alive. He has literally started all the way back 16th and moved up to the 5th position, and it's only lap 12.
Jason Fox, a newcomer to the race tonight, seems to be having a pretty clean race in the top 10. Got Niels Jordan going to be catching up, putting some pressure on him pretty soon.
Looks like
it's looking. Go ahead, go ahead, Matt. I'm sorry. Go right ahead.
Looks like we got Tony's in the pits for pit stop already.
Yeah, Tony Klusterman is in the pits and Mark Myers both in the pits. I'm watching Tony Klusterman as Kane usually gives a great job of giving some updates for us, as he can see all the times really good. And now Tony's making his exit. I'm sure, hopefully, Kane, you'll be able to hook us up with the time that he was in the pits here in just a moment.
So far, the time I'm showing can't be accurate, so far I'm showing 5.1 seconds. If that's the case, he just took the tiniest of splashes of gas.
Yeah, I think he had to have been in there a little longer than that. That would be almost unbeneficial for this amount of this size race. That definitely won't get him to the end if he only stopped that short.
Yeah, he would have had to fill up again to even come close to coming. They might have to do a splash at the end just to make it through it the rest of the way.
Right now, Timothy Fry just went around Daniil Manenkov, He's lapped the car, but made it around and trying to work his way back up the track. I'm going to go ahead and do a rundown. Martin Carroll, currently your leader. Second place, Nigel Baines, Greg Carr in third. Glenn Sidman been holding it down in fourth, while Farouk Manzar is in fifth. Daniil Menenkoff's back in sixth, while Mario Girard is holding down seventh. Jarrell Monroe back in eighth, with Mason Fox in ninth. Nils Jordan in the 10th position, with Isaac de Figueiredo in 11th. Jason Lundy back up to 12th, while Tony Klusterman is back in 13th. Kyle Heron in the 14th position, with Chris Hogan back in 15th. 16th position belongs to Timothy Fry, with Peter Hebron in 17th. And Mark Myers in 18th, with Jim Egan cleaning up the field in 19th. And just looking right now, there goes Danil passing Fry again, and they're battling back and forth, and it's not even for position.
Well, Farouk Manzar has caught another position, and Glenn Sidman gets sideways right in front of Farouk Manzar, but Farouk manages to not make contact, and that gives him the opportunity he needs to make the pass down the long straight.
Trouble on the track, guys. Wrecker for Mark Myers. He gets turned sideways. I'm trying to see if he caught any damage or anybody else of the accident. Mark Myers, I repeat, was coming down the mountain and had an accident.
Our in-race reporter, George Wood, reported that Tony was in the pits because he decided he was going to be a pinball coming down the downhill.
Ah. You hear it right there. That's
Instant replay of Mark Myers and his instant in the Forest Elbow. Everybody manages to get around just fine. Looks like he heads to the garage and lets everybody around without incident.
Good job of getting out of the way. He got off the track very quickly. So good job by Mark Myers getting off the road. Well, guys, Farouk Manzar is in fourth place and on his way to catch number 3. You all know who the third place driver is. It's the number 5 Can-Am driver of Greg Carr up in third position, and Farouk's got a little ways to go to catch him, guys. Right now, currently, Greg Carr is starting his way up the mountain, and Greg Carr's got a little shaky for a second. He's doing just fine, though.
That will cost him a couple seconds, as he'll get a slowdown for that, and he's got about 12 seconds over Farouk Manzar, so he can't really afford any of those seconds. But you know, sometimes you got to do what you got to do.
You're absolutely right, Kane. And one of the things is Greg Carr currently doesn't see anything in his rearview mirror. He doesn't know how fast that Farouk Manzar is coming up, and I'm
well,
sure
that little
knows.
incident cost him 3 full seconds. He was at 12.5 seconds, and now he's down to 9.3 of a distance ahead of Farouk.
Wow, that is very, very costly.
Looks like Danielle Nakanoff just had a routine pit stop, 4 tires and fuel.
And that is no Menenkoff there.
Sorry about that.
Oh, no, you're good. That's Matt Gelder. Thanks for that report, buddy. I'm going to try to do my best to keep my eyes on pit road, but it's so hard when you start watching all the fun racing.
Well, that's a shame to hear about Tony Klusterman having a little trouble in the downhill, but he's got it back on track now, and looks like he's actually in a hunt for position with Kyle Heron. Is that true?
It looks that way.
No, Kyle's behind him. I'm sorry.
Okay, yep. Right now, Kyle Heron's currently listed in the 14th position, and the car that he's chasing is Tony Klusterman, is what it says. Right now, Tony Klusterman trying to catch up to Danil Menenkoff.
Looks like we may have lost Isaac de Figueiredo too.
Isaac de Figueiredo is listed in 11th position. Right now, Nigel Baines trying to pass him. Nigel was currently in 2nd position. And Nigel really looking to get around Isaac. He really needs to start trying to boogie to catch up to Martin Carroll, who's up in 1st place. And Martin Carroll is boogieing Kane. What's the time differential between our leader and 2nd place right now?
Well, let me find that for you. The distance between the leader and 2nd place is working on 20 seconds. 17 and a half seconds.
And that is a really, really big accomplishment for Martin Carroll. He has worked a big 20-plus second lead over Nigel Baines, and that is a huge task for anybody. And
it's hard to be ahead of Nigel Baines. Sorry. It's hard to just stay in front of Nigel Baines. To get a now 30-second gap, something must have happened to Nigel.
Yes, while you said that,
he's in the pits. Phew.
Oh, okay. So Nigel, go ahead and getting that pit stop out of the way. Our leader has not made his pit stop yet. He is on a long. He's on a long strategy right now. It'll be really interesting to see how much longer he stays out. He's gonna be getting low on fuel, guys. Those tires got to be getting slick on him. His last lap was a 2-minute 10 seconds .065. So he is still blistering times right now. Currently, Martin just went over Brock's Skyline, heading down through the S's soon in the dipper and around Forest Elbow. And I'm telling you what, he is booking it. Nothing is slowing him down right now. I want to say that he had to have some kind of incident though, Kane. I am seeing a little bit of damage on the front driver's side. I mean on the front passenger side, the front left side of his Ford Falcon there. Am I seeing that, or is that just my eyes playing tricks on me?
On whose car?
Look at our leader, Martin Carroll. Look at the front side of his car. If you look right on the hood there, on the right side of the car, you see a little bit of damage above the right front headlight.
Yeah, I see that. He must have had a little bump into the wall and knocked his headlight out.
I just wanted to make sure that wasn't my eyes playing tricks on me. But that is right. Look right there. Great graphic on the screen. 7.5 seconds separate. Wow. Man, and Farouk Manzar is currently our 2nd driver. And guys, just think about that. Farouk has worked his way up from 16th to 2nd. Wow. And Farouk Manzar, as you can see, our leader currently is currently down pit road. He jumps into that number 1 stall. Kane's going to keep locked in on how long he's in there. I'll let you know as soon as he pulls out, but Kane is usually great with fishing times if the old stopwatch is working.
Farouk Manzar showing in 1st place right now. Of course, he hasn't had his pit yet, but still, right now, he's showing from pretty much almost last place, if not last place, all the way to 1st place. What a run.
Glad that's my pick.
27 seconds for Martin Carroll.
Wow. Very impressive. Martin Carroll is starting to be his way, and he's heading back down. And Nigel Baines is in his rearview mirror again, so Nigel probably really happy to see that.
An interesting fact, Nigel Baines' pit stop was 27.3, so Martin Carroll did even get through the pits just a touch faster. So Nigel wasn't able to gain anything in the pits.
And you know he was really looking to. It's going to be real fun to see Farouk Manzar stop. He's going to be one of the last ones to pit, Kane, and it'll be real fun to see how quickly he's able to get into pits, because he's going to be able to either make up a lot of time or he's going to end up losing some time one way or the other, unless he just has an identical pit time. But the way that he's been driving, my goodness, can you imagine what this race is going to be like with 15 laps to go?
On Jason Lundy for position.
Danielle had that pass coming around Hell Corner, and Jason held him off.
Well, Jason's no stranger to pressure. Last week at Interlagos, I believe it was last week, but recently in Interlagos, Jason Lundy had Mario Girard right on his bumper, and what a great finish to that race. And he didn't get shaken one little bit, so Daniel's going to have to work really hard to shake Jason Lundy.
Yeah, he's a tough cookie. Raced with him in the GTCC, and he's you follow him, and he doesn't make very many mistakes.
This is such a beautiful track. I love this place. Jason Lundy off track, just a hair there. He may have got a slowdown there, which will let Daniel by with ease.
Farouk Manzar pulling out of pit lane, guys. Farouk getting back on the track. I want to see what the time is. He's coming out right in front of the number 5 Can-Am Motorsports.
24.2 second stop for Farouk Manzar.
A makeup time of 3 seconds for the number 58 driver of Farouk Manzar. Man, and this is getting interesting. It is really heating up here at Bathurst, guys. My excitement is fixing to go through the roof. This guy is putting on a show. Look at Jason Lundy. I'm proud of him. He had the engine trouble at first. He's not going to let it get to him. Racing his butt off. He's holding off Daniil right now for a minute if he can. Daniil Manenkoff in number 47 cars for those of you looking. Also, right behind Daniil Manenkoff is Tony Klusterman. We've seen some really good racing out of Tony Klusterman this season. For those of you new to the series, he is in the number 55 Red Bull Ford Falcon. And like I said, we've seen Tony Klusterman do some really good racing here in the league so far. His last lap was almost a 2-minute 12-second flat lap, so he can put down some fast times, and he had a little shake-up earlier, but doing a good job currently. But looking back at Jason Lundy, he's got his hands full with Neil Manenkoff right there on him.
Back to Tony Klusterman. A lot of people don't know that Tony is a very skilled racer in real life. He races rally in real life.
I was gonna say, I was gonna let Kane tell you guys this. Kane, I know you just started to tell him a little bit about about Tony Klusterman. Pardon me, the wrong driver. I'm watching the race, but why don't you let everybody know just a little bit about Tony Klusterman's history in autosports?
Well, from the time he was a small child, he had an obsession with cars. He's been able to achieve a number of things during his lifetime in that regard. He never truly made it to the top rung of motorsports, but he had a lot of fun along the way. His father was involved in rallying in the early 60s, and at the age of 12, he became his navigator, and they won their very first navigational rally. An event with 67 entries. Yeah, he actually still has his trophy. He did navigational rallies for 4 years, and at the age of 16, he started co-driving in special stage rallies. At 19, he started driving and competing in special stage rallies until the age of 28, winning a regional event along the way.
That is very impressive, and once again, that is the number 55 driver of the red Ford Falcon, Tony Klusterman, guys.
There was more. I just had to change the cameras. So
that's fine. I want you to keep going there. That is just very impressive.
Yeah, he has an impressive career. Sorry. he's got an impressive rally career here.
By all means, rally is not easy at all. I've been part of a few pit crews, and the way those cars get beat up every chance they go out, it's believable. It's even believable how much skill it takes to get the car through each stage without wrecking.
Oh, it takes a tremendous amount of talent to do rally. The reflexes have got to be spot on. When he was 45, he got a Subaru WRX, and he started doing solo events, and eventually became provincial and Canadian champion in his class. And this is at 45 years old. A few years later, he prepared that car for the Targa Newfoundland, similar to the Targa Tasmania, and he did that once in a lifetime event 3 years in a row with his own son as his co-driver. They won the Nations Cup, finishing second in the unlimited class. They were only beat out by a factory Subaru by less than 30 seconds over the course of a 5-day event.
Wow, that is something else. That's Tony Kloosterman, ladies and gentlemen. I do want to say something special. This is the, definitely our first annual...
Hold on, Tony's off track. Way far off track. He went to mow the grass for the folks there at Mount Panorama.
And thankfully he's back on track now. I just wanted to say real quick, this is the first annual GV8 GetDMX.com 31 laps of Bathurst presented by Grossim, and really want to say thank you GetDirtyMX.com for several reasons. One of the reasons is sponsoring this race in particular, but GetDirtyMX.com is going to be giving a t-shirt out to the winner, as well as the winner will be receiving the trophy that will read the first place to the GV8 GetDirtyMX.com 31 laps of Bathurst, presented by Grossim. And here at Grossim TV, we're very, very happy to be able to bring you guys this event live coverage of our first ever race here at Bathurst, and I love the traditions that we started on Saturday, Kane, with the shootout and here at Mace. It has just been very enjoyable so far, and we have 10 more laps here to go at Mount Panorama, and I have enjoyed every second of it so far. We still got a good ways to go, but want to say thank you to GetDirtyMX.com for being such a big part of everything so far this season. So once again, guys, thank you to GetDirtyMX.com.
Okay, now the question is, who can last? Who's got enough fuel and enough tires to make it to the end so they don't have to stop again?
And that is really the question of the day right now. As we have seen, at first I thought it was going to be who can keep the car out of trouble. But looking at how these guys have been driving, I don't see Martin Carroll, Nigel Baines, Carr, Farouk Manzar, a lot of the guys up front having any trouble in that aspect. I think it's going to come down to fuel and tire strategy.
Timothy Fife seems to be having some trouble. He's bounced off the walls here and there. Sorry to interrupt you there, JD, but he must be having some handling trouble because he's bounced off the concrete, I think 3 different times this lap, so he might be needing a pit stop pretty seriously here pretty soon.
He's probably going to need to go get that checked out. There's probably a scrape going on there on the asphalt.
Yeah, as he gets to the dipper, he takes the runoff, and he's definitely having some trouble.
Tony Kloosterman, oh no. From earlier, sorry guys.
I was just going to say, Jason Fox and Tony Kloosterman are fighting for 9th right now.
Let's take a look at that right now. Good battle for 9th position. Tony Kloosterman and Jason Fox. Jason Fox, a newcomer here, making his first ever appearance at 31 laps of Bathurst, presented by Grossim, and doing a really good job. I mean, for his first time in this V8 series, and he's fighting for 9th place. he's got to be proud.
Yeah, what a great job. Racing with these guys for the first time and in such a big event and in the top 10. That's tremendous. Great job, Jason.
And but I was just going back real quick to the strategy thing. What I was saying was it's going to come down to who played the fuel and strategy game, I think. I think that Matt Gelder is 100% correct. And the last guy that we saw make a pit, so if anybody's got a chance to do this, it's going to be Farouk Manzar. He was the last driver in the pits. He had a 3-second quicker pit stop than anybody else. But at the same time, Matt, you have to look at, I mean, Martin Carroll has just dominated this race, even with Farouk Manzar coming up through the field like he has. It's almost like he's hit a plateau, and he's really trying to catch Nigel Baines and Martin Carroll right now. And it's going to be hard for him to do that. I just think it's going to come down to if Martin Carroll and Nigel Baines have to pit and somehow Farouk can stay out. I mean, anything can happen. It's going to be really interesting to see how this thing plays out here in these last several laps.
Yeah, it's true. Martin is on a roll. I do admit that. And I just saw him. He got caught up behind traffic, so traffic might play a little bit of role towards the end of this, depending on if people got to do a splash and go. How much traffic is he going to run in, and see if Nigel can catch up.
Very good point. I want to do a rundown real quick. Want to be the last ones I do. Martin Carroll, your current leader, with Nigel Baines fighting in second. Farouk Manzar is in third with Greg Carr holding down fourth. Glenn Sidman rounds out the top 5. Mario Girard is in 6th with Jarrell Monroe in 7th. Il Menenkoff in 8th. 9th belongs to Tony Klusterman. Jason Fox fighting hard in 10th with 11th went to Nils Jordan. Chris Hogan moved up to 12th with 13 belonging to Isaac de Figueiredo. Jason Lundy back in 14th with 15th is Peter Hebron. Timothy Fry back 16th. 17th is Kyle Herron. Jim Egan in the 18th position, while 19th position and cleaning up our field is Mark Myers. Guys, that is the rundown right now. Currently, we are on lap number 23 of 31, guys. It is the race of the season. I'm loving it. It is our endurance race here at Bathurst. We've seen some outstanding driving from really everybody here. I think so far we have just had a real treat, and I'm loving it. Martin Carroll is your current leader right now. Just looking at some of the things on the track, guys. Another driver I want to talk about I'm really proud of is in the 6th position right now is Mario Girard. Mario, for those of you that haven't been watching all season, seems to just have had the worst luck of anybody that has part of this GV8 this season. So for him to run a good clean race, and I mean a good job by Mario, I'm proud of him.
Whoa! Jason Lundy just spun out in front of Nigel Baines.
Did it cause any problem for Nigel Baines is the question.
Oh yeah, side contact right into his side door.
I'm currently looking at it, the replay right now, and Kane just nailed it. The side contact at the door. That is not good news for Nigel Baines. Wait a minute, Kane. Are you sure he made the contact?
Nigel's pitting right now, so he must have some kind of contact.
He did make that contact. Now, the only thing that I can think of that might possibly be good, some good news for Nigel Baines is if they all have to make that pit stop, if he can get in and get out quickly enough, it may not hurt him that bad, but it's definitely a blow, and I hate to see that for the driver of the Spotty Dog Cake, number 36, Nigel Baines. I hate to see that for him.
Yeah, just the run through the pits is going to allow Greg Carr to probably regain that 2nd position.
Well,
or
actually,
Farouk Manzar, sorry.
Farouk Manzar, who is a driver that's actually really enjoying seeing that. He is actually about to catch up to Jason Lundy and try to make the pass. Once he is able to do that, if he's able to pass Jason Lundy, the next car in front, our leader, Martin Carroll. We may get the battle of the year. Farouk can get up there to Martin Carroll, and they race to the finish, Kane. I will go through the roof. You will literally have to disconnect headset because I will be too loud to be on this broadcast.
That's just a fantastic run by Farouk. That's unheard of. He has done such a phenomenal job.
At the conclusion of this race, no matter how it turns out, I'm going to have a serious talk with Farouk Manzar and ask him why he has not been running in our league on a regular basis, and hopefully he'll be returning with us. I hope that everybody that's here today will be returning with us. I'm glad to see the field size so nice today here at Bathurst. We expected a great event. Right now, our leader trying to make a pass, and does, as Chris Hogan allows the leader to go by. Great stewardship from the number 10 of Chris Hogan. Man, guys, Chris Hogan, I just want to mention him for just a second. He's another one of my really big favorites. I really like Chris Hogan a lot, and I'm proud of the one-arm warrior is what I like to call him now, because he had some serious operation on one of his arms, on one of his hands to be exact. So he drove the race before this one with one hand, and right now he's still having some trouble with that hand in recovery. And right now, guys, he is in 11th place. That is just phenomenal to me, that he has been able to come back from a recovery that fast, get in the car and race this well. It's such a tough place with barely, I'll call it 1.5 hands today, because he's still not 100%, guys. I mean, just the utmost respect to the number 10 driver of Chris Hogan.
Yeah, doing any kind of sim racing, especially if you have a force feedback wheel that puts out quite a bit of force, that driving with one hand is going to be quite hard.
And the driver he's trying to catch up to is Niels Jordan in the 10th edition in that redback Ford Falcon, and we've seen Niels do some killer driving as well. So Niels Jordan right now, his last lap was 2 minutes 14 seconds. So I've seen Niels run a little faster, but Niels is keeping it clean, and it looks like he's trying to get a good top 10, maybe sneak another position or two before race finish. We are currently on lap number 24 and going right now to 25. This thing is going to get real heated up real soon, guys. Right now, Nigel Baines listed back in the 8th position. It's going to be real interesting to see. You're now 9th, excuse me. Real interesting to see how things turn out with these pit stops. Are they going to have to stop, or will they be able to make it to the end? That's the question. That's the million-dollar question we all want to know.
The driver we haven't mentioned much tonight, Jim Egan. We haven't really seen or heard much from him, but he's back in 17th place, and his car's got some pretty serious damage on it. He must have had a pretty tough night tonight.
Yeah, Kane, that back near, I think when you were trying to connect, poor Jim Egan got caught up in a mess, and I believe was it George that was telling us about the accident, Matt, or was it you that was telling us about Jim Egan there?
That was George. He reported. He did the pit road recording.
Okay, yeah, down in pit road tonight, we really want to thank George Wood. He's been coming to us, giving us a lot of the insight tonight on the races. He is our pit road reporter, and he did let us know about George Wood getting in an incident. He was trying to find out, I remember he said he was trying to find out what happened, but he said it was severe damage to Jim Egan. But right now, Jim seems to be running pretty good. Nice, smooth lap from Jim from what I'm seeing right now currently. I'd hate that he got in an accident earlier, and but he's in 17th position. His last lap was 2 minutes 15.42 seconds. So, you know, Jim's getting it moving. I mean, it's not too bad with a beat-up car, guys.
Yeah, it looks like Jim and Kyle Aaron are on the same lap down, so as soon as they get close to each other, they'll fight for position.
That'll be a fun battle, too. We've seen Kyle Heron and Jim Egan battle before, and they always put on a good show when they get together, so that'll be fun to see. Mario Girard is in 50th, and in 4th place is another car we haven't talked much about, but he has done just a killer job tonight, and that is the number 83 True Blue Ford Falcon driver of Glenn Sidman in the 4th place position. And guys, what I want to know is we haven't talked much about him, but he is kind of the silent stalker tonight, just staying up there at the top 5.
You know, that's the way it usually is with Glenn. He just runs a good, consistent race, and he's been knocking off these 3rd and 4th place finishes left and right, and it's really showing in the points championship. He's gained quite a few positions there.
Trouble for Chris Hogan.
Pretty quickly.
Sorry. Trouble for Chris Hogan. He spins out, and right there before Murray's turn, he conveniently pulls into the road, but spin out for Chris Hogan. Sorry about that, Kane. And a tough break for Chris Hogan as he was in 11th position. Now he's heading down pit road to get some repairs done. He had that smell, and man, hate to see that. Also, currently right now, Farouk Manzar gets around Timothy Fry lap car as he is trying to catch up to our current leader and been leading since drop of the green flag. That's the driver of the number 184 Ford Falcon, Martin Carroll.
Looks like Nigel Baines and caught up to Jason Fox for 8th, and they're fighting all the way down the mountain here.
Excellent. And just for you guys to know, the graphic on the screen is correct. There's a right at 20-second gap between 1st and 2nd. So that fuel strategy is hopefully coming into play for Mr. Farouk Manzar. He is really hoping. I'm looking at lap times right now. 2 minutes 10 seconds, or 2:10.82 for the last lap for Martin Carroll, while the last lap for Farouk Manzar is at 10.15, so a little bit faster than Farouk Manzar. We're on 27, folks. He's going to have to make a move in a heartbeat. I don't know. I'm looking at live on iRacing right now, and it's showing the last lap. Farouk Manzar was at 2:10.157.
Interesting.
Yeah, that's what I'm reading too. Yeah, he's 18.656 seconds behind Martin Carroll for 1st.
Okay, yeah, okay. Just making sure.
I think Greg Carr is 39, almost 40 seconds behind, so he's got a lot of ground to make up if he's going to have a chance.
Yeah, Greg Carr's got a lot of ground to make up. He's going to have a shot, and Greg Carr is started 3rd, currently 3rd, and right now Greg Carr is got no worries from losing the podium, but I know he is definitely wanting to win this race. I know it. I know how he is, but he's your current points leader, and I know that he would love nothing more than to win this race. Let's face it, that goes to every driver on this track, guys.
Yeah, Greg's a realist like most of us. He knows that what is he, 50 seconds back from the leader. He knows that full minute's pretty hard to gain unless a tragedy happens. So I'm sure he's pretty pleased with 3rd though in a field like today, and on the mountain to finish the race and get 3rd is a huge deal.
Yeah, that's a huge deal to get a podium at this race. That's just awesome. You know, I'll be honest, guys, if I was in the top 15 here, I'd be proud.
I would be happy to just finish the race. This mountain has eaten so many cars today. Just to cross the finish line somewhere in with only being down a lap or 2, I would be happy.
Yeah, I know firsthand what this mountain can do, and yeah, I would be very any person that can finish this race without rage quitting would be that's an achievement by itself.
Yeah, you had a pretty rough time here in the Kia whenever the Kia was here at the mountain. He was involved in a couple of incidents here.
Yeah, the mountain bit me in the behind a couple of times. Actually, almost every race. So.
I just want to say something real quick. Farouk Manzar's boogie in 209.706 was the last one before this previous one, and trying to look at what he just ran, unless he ran an identical time, but he is really booking it now that he has gotten out of this lap traffic. He got Timothy Fry out of his way. He is really moving. Now, Martin Carroll is in lap traffic. We just saw him go around Nils Jordan in the number 4 car, but now he's also got to make it around Tony Klusterman. So Martin Carroll is although he's got a pretty nice sized lead, it was 18 seconds, so just a little over a lap and a half ago. It's already down to 16.216. Guys, it could happen.
Barclay just had to miss Jim Egan spun out in the middle of the uphill.
Yeah, Jim Egan is going to be next up for him to pass. So
Show a replay of Jim Egan. Whew, yeah, that was close.
very.
Martin Carroll still has the fastest lap of the day with a 209.562, and Farouk Manzar is so close with a 209.592. So 0.03 seconds difference in their fast laps.
That is booking it.
Well, let's see if he can hold it together for 2 more laps.
That's it, guys. 2 more laps here. This has been one of the most fantastic races in GV8 history. This is the first time, but it won't be the last time we visit Bathurst, folks. This is the start of hopefully one fantastic tradition here at Cross M and the GV8 series.
Mario Girard's still in 5th place. What a great run for Mario Girard. He has got to be stoked. He's 5th place on the mountain. That's just tremendous. Great job, Mario.
I, of course, am very, very, very proud of Mario Girard. Doing a really good job. 5th place. He's got to be smiling. No, we'll be happy to hear from some of these drivers at the conclusion of this race. I'm still looking in hopes of maybe something happening with Martin Carroll in the battle with with Farouk Manzar, hoping and somehow Farouk can make this a battle to the end. But I think at this point, guys, it's going to come down to maybe Martin Carroll just running out of gas or something is the only way Farouk's going to catch him at this point.
Yeah, it sounds like it. I'm just crushed for Nigel Baines. He was having such a great race up there in 2nd, and Mountain claimed him, and a little bit of incident there. Sent him to the pits for some repairs, and now he finds himself back in 7th place. Tough break for Nigel Baines.
And the tough part was it really wasn't even his deal. It's just got caught up in something, and that's just the way this place can be. And, fantastic job by him fighting so hard in 2nd place all night. I hate it for him. But guys, right now you see your leader Martin Carroll going around Murray's Corner, heading to take the white flag is out here at Mount Panorama, folks. This is what it's all about, the final lap. And here he goes around Hell Corner as he looks down the mountain straight. This will be the last time down for Martin Carroll, your leader.
Looks like Jason's going to let him pass, no problem.
Yeah, good sportsmanship by Jason. Or actually, that's Kyle Herron.
Kyle Herron, yeah.
But yeah, good job by Kyle Herron letting him by. No problem. He knows he's the leader. He says, hey, man, go get your trophy. And guys, Martin Carroll, a guy that joins the GV8 just 3 weeks ago. And look at him. Who would have thought that this guy would be? And what a job by Martin Carroll thus far.
Yeah, he's done a tremendous job. Ever since he come into the league, he's definitely brought a lot of speed with him, and he's been competing for that top spot each and every race. He did have, one of the races that he had a little trouble, but he's definitely shown some great speed.
I do want to give Farouk Mansour a big applaud. He killed this lengthy time in between the two drivers down to 15.3 seconds at the start of this lap. So he has been inching his way towards him. He just doesn't have enough laps.
That is just tremendous. Way to go, Farouk.
Yeah, what a remarkable ride by him, and hopefully this will be the oomph he needed to get back in the GV8 on more of a permanent basis. I don't know if he has, unfortunately we have to have real world things like jobs and stuff that keeps us from being able to race as much as we would like to sometimes, but man, I really would like to see him get back into the GV8 on a permanent basis.
Congratulations to Martin Carroll. First place at the 31 laps of Bathurst, presented by Gross MTV. Fantastic job. Led the whole thing, I believe.
He did, from the pole position all the way to the check flag. His third week in the GV8 series, the driver of the 184 Ford Falcon of Marsden. That is Martin Carroll. Big time congratulations. I know that I can't wait to see. He's got to have one heck of a celebration coming up, guys. He's doing the victory lap now. Unbelievable job.
Farouk Mansour finished second, coming all the way back from the very back of the field. Unbelievable job to Farouk. Great cars getting ready to come across Hell Corner right now for third place.
Crazy race. I'm looking right now, coming down the mountain. Nigel Baines in 7th position. He's going to have a chance to pass Daniil Manenkov to try to get 6th position, and he will.
Great job, Nigel Baines. That's fantastic to make your way back up to 6th place.
That's right, and what I'm going to do right now, ladies and gentlemen, is I'm going to go see if I can get our winner of the 31 laps at Bathurst presented by Gross MTV in here with us for a live broadcast. Our winner, as soon as we can get him into victory circle here, see if we can get a word with the winner.
I think Daniel ran out of fuel coming down the hill because he let Nigel go by and he's just about rolling to a stop here.
Yeah, the rumor is that he is out of gas.
Oh, that's why that's a tough break for Daniil Manenkov, ladies and gentlemen.
Somebody needs to give him a push.
That's what I'm waiting to see. Somebody get in there, give this guy a push to the finish. I mean, I'm telling you what. Well, I'm sure we'll be able to talk to our leader, or excuse me, our winner here shortly. I was trying to get him to come right in there with us, and right now I just can't seem to get him. He's too busy celebrating, and that's rightfully so. He deserves every bit of it. Nigel Baines, tough break, but finishes 6th. I'm proud of him for that. That is a big job recovering from what could have been devastational, guys. Good job by Nigel Baines. There was our leader right here. Look at him and celebrate, brother.
Yeah, he's gonna burn off what's left of the rubber and what fuel he's got left in that thing.
And there he goes, burning it down. He just won the biggest race in the history of GV8 racing, and you deserve it, buddy.
That was an impressive burnout.
You're right, Kane. That really was. I really enjoyed that. That was a good one. Well, guys, I'm going to go ahead and do a rundown of how we finished here at Bathurst. And first of all, before we give the results, I just want to say congratulations to all of the drivers here. They put on one heck of a show. I was kind of expecting a big wreck, and with the amount of cars we had and the amount of drivers we had on this track, but they all did such a wonderful job. They all really deserve a big pat on the back. But this is how they finished here, guys. 31 laps at Bathurst, presented by Gross MTV, and the conclusion is as follows. The winner, and we just saw him doing the killer burnout, the driver of the 184 Ford Falcon, Martin Carroll. He takes the gold here, while Farouk Manzar battles all the way back from the 16th position to finish second, finishing off the third place in the podium. Going into this race, the current points leader, Greg Carr, in the number 5 Can-Am Motorsports machine. Glenn Sidman was able to take fourth place. He did a killer job all day long. And in fifth place, the driver of the number 27 Road Shark Racing Ford was Mario Gerard, who did an outstanding job tonight, finishing fifth. That will round out the top 5. Nigel Baines in the number 36 Spotty Dog Cakes Ford Falcon finished sixth, and rightfully so. You guys saw what happened to Nigel. He was able to pit and still come out, fight his way, and still finish in sixth. That is just amazing. Congratulations, Nigel, on a killer fight back. Newcomer in the number 51 Ford Falcon was Jason Fox, and his first race here in the GV8, and comes in and finishes seventh at Bathurst, guys. So congratulations to him. Daniil Maninkoff in the number 47 car finished in 8th. Nils Jordan in the red back number 4 Ford Falcon finished 9th. And look who finished out the top 10 is the number 10 car of Chris Hogan, the one-armed warrior. Was able to get a top 10 finish at Mount Panorama here at Bathurst. Guys, what an incredible job by Chris Hogan. Tony Klusterman in the number 55 Red Bull Ford Falcon finished in the 11th position, while Peter Hebron finished in 12th. Kyle Herron had a rough start, but finished in the 13th position, battled hard on his way back. The same goes for the number 42 driver of Jim Egan. Got in some early trouble, but was able to finish 14th. Timothy Fry, the driver of the 197 car, finished in 5th. Jason Lundy finished in the number 16th position, while Isaac de Figueiredo finished in the 17th position. Jarrell Monroe, the number 19 car, finished in the number 18th position. And Mark Myers, the number 04 Fago Purple Ford Falcon, finished in the 19th position. Guys, that is how they finished up here at Bathurst. This has been the first and a legendary race of the 31 laps of Bathurst, presented by Gross MTV. This will not be the last one. This is just the start of many great edition races to come, guys. What are your thoughts on today's race, Kane and Matt?
That was better than I expected. I expected more cars to be spun out and wrecked, but there was a lot of good driving. Congrats to Martin. He drove a heck of a race. Out of 19 cars, only 7 were on the lead lap. So that's how impressive and how well of a drive Martin put on. Farquhar, that was an amazing drive by him, starting from the back and coming all the way up to second. That was a heck. It probably, if he had more laps, you probably would have caught Martin. So it definitely a fun race. That was very cool to watch, and hopefully next year we get more guys in here and be even bigger and better.
Yeah, this is definitely something to grow on. And Kane, did a fantastic job preparing us for this race. I really want to thank him. But Kane, what was your thoughts on how this race panned out, on the anticipation we had for it, and just after watching these 31 incredible laps, what do you have to say about it, buddy?
Oh, it was awesome. It was exciting from start to finish. I only wish I could have been here or got everything loaded up for that first lap, but we may have missed the first lap, but at least you guys were there to commentate it for us, and we was able to listen to the action, and yeah, it was exciting from start to finish. Farouk Manzar from the back to the front, almost from the back all the way up to second place. That was terrific. Martin Carroll leading it the whole way. You know, that was brilliant. What a perfect race.
I do have to say this, at 31 laps ago, we all sat here, guys, right before this race started, and we all three picked a winner. And I have to laugh because neither one of us three got it right. It ended up going to Martin Carroll. I believe Kane had Nigel Baines. I had picked Farouk Manzar. And Greg Carr was Matt Gelder's choice, and none of us picked pole position winner, and now we're looking a little silly. So better luck next time, guys. We'll have to do that again. We'll make it a tradition here at Bathurst. We're just all 0 for 1. We'll just have to remember that going into the next year. I just thought that was fun, but congratulations, Martin Carroll. You got us, and you did a wonderful job. Hopefully we'll get to talk to a lot of the drivers coming up soon. Before we do that, I really want to... This was the GetDirtyMX.com sponsored race. I really want to thank them for being on board with us all season long. The season is little over what's this, like the little over the halfway point, Kane?
This is the halfway point.
Okay, this is the halfway. I knew it was either this week or next week, but guys, this is the halfway point in the season, and so far we have had just an unbelievable season to this point. Greg Carr came out and he looked like he was going to win every race this season, and then Nigel Baines, Martin Carroll said, "Not so fast, my friend," and now it's starting to get real interesting. And here you see Martin Carroll coming into Bathurst and winning again, and that's 300 points going to Martin Carroll's going into his box. So it's really going to be fun to see how this season shapes up as we get closer to the end of this season. The points championship always is fun to watch, but here especially, I feel like we're going to have a fight all the way down to the end with Nigel Baines, Greg Carr, and a lot of the other guys. But I'm just really, really pleased at the way Bathurst turned out. This race, in my mind, I really thought we were going to have at least a 5 or 6 car pile up at minimum, and the drivers did such a phenomenal job that nothing like that came even close. I mean, we had a couple guys had skirmishes on the track, had a couple little incidents, but nothing like it could have been, and y'all should be very proud of themselves.
I agree. It was, just to finish this race is a feat all in its own, but many of these guys not only finished, they conquered the mountain. Mari Gerard finishing 5th. That's a win in and of itself, to come home in 5th place in such a race, such a chaotic race with such potential for disaster. So congratulations to him. Glenn Sidman, who just quietly stayed there and around the 4th position, kept his car clean, drove it clean and quick, made good times, and drove it all the way home for a 4th place finish. Great job.
And now, guys, it is finally time. I'm sure the burning out and all the celebration has been going on, and now it's time to get a word with our winner, Martin Carroll. Can you hear us, Marty?
Yeah, gotcha.
Well, buddy, you started on the pole, did a really, really good job Saturday in our first ever shootout, was able to clear the pole position. You get here for the 31 laps at Bathurst presented by Grossim, and you kick off from the get-go. You run out in front, and you never look back. How did you do it? That was an amazing run, my friend.
The level of concentration here is like the other drivers will attest to, that one blink and you make a mistake, you're into the wall and your race is over. So it was a war of nutrition, and it was just a matter of head down, bum up, and just being smooth and consistent and keeping it on the black stuff. And Nigel was pushing me there early, and he made a little mistake and gave me a bit of a breather. And yeah, I had a few little moments myself that got the heart racing, and it was a matter of just getting my rhythm back and yeah, keeping it nice and clean. And Manza was coming through the field nicely there, so it would have been nice to have him there at the shootout and see how we would have competed up the front there. But all in all, great race, and I'd just like to congratulate all the drivers for their exceptional work and like you say, keeping it clean. And yeah, there was no major pile-ups. A few people had a few little incidents, but all in all, a great race, and happy with the result.
Well, congratulations once again, Marty. We really do appreciate your hard work. You put in a really good race for us to watch, and I'm telling you what, you had a battle from the second position, and that was Nigel Baines. Nigel, you doing all right, buddy?
I'm doing pretty good. It was an eventful race out there. It was good to be a part of it for sure.
Oh man, the intensity that you guys put on out there was really great. I know that that's just one of the toughest places in racing is to battle with this mountain. And you stayed up near the front all day long, caught a little incident there, and was still what impressed me was that could have ended the day. That could have ended your day, and instead you were able to hold on and finish in 6th place after that. That incredible. You want to tell us a little bit about what happened?
Yeah, I mean the first stint, like I say, we were running pretty close to Marty there, like he said, around about a second or so, and then made one little mistake and lost about a second, but made a pretty big one at Forest Elbow around, I'd say lap 7 or 8. Nearly completely spun it, but kept it off the wall. So luckily Greg was far enough back that he couldn't quite jump me at the time too. So yeah, it went pretty good from there, ran solid. Pitted a lap later than I was going to. I was actually going to go in a little earlier, but with the race running as it was kind of pointless. And then ran a pretty good second stint. Was happy until I saw Farouk obviously closing like a crazy guy. So it would have been pretty tight there at the end. I mean, I probably could have given Jason a little bit more space there at Forest Elbow just in case. But obviously I was looking to make the pass down Conrad after that. But that's just one of those things. Tried to sneak up the inside, didn't quite have enough room, and got tagged. But the annoying thing was that the car felt okay, and but I got the meatball flag, and unfortunately too many laps to run with that flag on me, so had to pit, got a quick repair, and luckily made a few laps up on the way in.
Good deal. I thought you did an outstanding job being able to finish in the 6th position with all that happened. I mean, with you having to for an extra pit stop, it could have really been devastational, but you were able to fight back and get a good spot finish. I know you would have liked to have finished up in the top 3, I'm sure, but still good job all in all, I think, Nigel. I'm proud of you myself.
Yeah, for sure. Thanks, guys. Like I say, it would have been nice to have been up on the podium there. Looking at the finish, I'm sure it would have been pretty close with Farouk. He was probably closing around sort of half a second to a second a lap, and he would have been right on me at the end. So we, second or third would have been nice. But no hard feelings. It was a good, fun race, and we're going to get a drink and a shower, and we'll look forward to next week.
That sounds excellent, Nigel. Good job, buddy. Good to hear from you. Congratulations, and we'll see you next week, my friend.
Thanks, guys. Take care.
And next on the lineup there, I want to talk to the driver, the number 5 Can-Am Motors Ford, and that is Greg Carr. Buddy, how you doing, bud? Greg, did you hear me, my friend? All right, I'm not able to hear Greg right now, so I'll move on to the driver of number 10 Ford, and that is Chris Hogan, who I thought ran a really good race tonight. Can you hear me?
Yeah, mate, I can hear you. How you going?
All right, Chris, tell us about your run at Bathurst. I thought you did a really good job, man. Tell us about it.
Oh, mate. actually the exact opposite. Actually, I stuck it in the wall a couple of times and had a bad accident on lap 10, so I get towed to the pits and lost a fair chunk of time there. But then that meant I had to do 2 pit stops. So I think I was pretty lucky to come away with 10th, guys.
I just think for all that what happened to get a top 10 finish, it turned out pretty well in your favor considering. And I was just reminding everybody during the race what you've been on the road to recovery here lately, and with the injury to your hand, and it's almost impossible to drive with an injury to the hand. It's not like, you have an injury that doesn't matter when it comes to sim racing, but this is a pretty tough thing to come back from, and what a track when you're only week 2 from getting it worked on, and here you are at Bathurst on an endurance race, and you come away with a 10th finish. I think that's pretty good, my friend. I know you would have liked to have finished a little better, but I think you should be proud of the results, and I'm happy for you to get a top 10, buddy.
Yeah, thanks, guys. No, the arm's still a bit sore, and no, that's all right. We'll live to fight another day.
Hey, that's right, my friend. I appreciate it very much, and always good talking to you, Chris.
Yeah, you too, guys. Can't wait to have a look at the broadcast. So no worries. Thank you.
Absolutely. That's Chris Hogan, ladies and gentlemen, driver of the number 10. Next, I want to talk to a good buddy of mine. He drives the number 27 Road Shark Racing. That is Mario Gerard, who was able to come away with a killer race today. No whammies today, Mario.
Hey, how you doing, guys?
Doing good, and the bad luck seems to end here at Bathurst. I'm proud of you, buddy. Ran a good race today.
Well, thank you. Yeah, it turns out pretty good. I tried to get my rhythm right at the beginning, and it seems that everything went pretty cool. And unfortunately, Jason had the little issue just in the last turn. But from there, I just tried to making no mistake and keep the rhythm on, and it actually, I guess that was a night.
Yeah, I mean, I just thought it was a really good job. I also want to say, as I feel like I'm the only one talking, we had a special guest commentator with us tonight, and that was Matt Gelder, along with George Wood, who was feeding us reports from the pits. And without him giving us these reports, we wouldn't have been able to bring you the broadcast that we did. So I really want to thank both of those guys, and I wish that they would come talk to you guys as well. I know
I'm still here.
Yeah, I was about to say, I know Matt's still here with me. You have anything you want to ask Mario?
That was a heck of a run, man. I am impressed with how better your skills have gotten since the first time we raced together a couple seasons ago in the GTCC. Man, you have come a long way. I am very, very proud of you.
Oh, thank you, Matt. Yeah, it's true. I think you have to get your confidence in, and I guess what happened in the first few races of this season, I was trying to push a little bit more. Bathurst is a nightmare, so you have to take it pretty smoothly from the beginning, and I guess it pays off at the end.
Yeah, you were driving like you owned the place, and unfortunately, you just weren't close enough to get all the way up there. But you drove a heck of a race. I'm proud of you. Can't wait to see what you keep evolving. Essentially, is what it is, and can't wait to see what you keep going into.
Well, thank you. Yeah, that's what we'll see in the next few weeks.
That's right, Mario. I look forward to seeing you on the podium next week. I'm counting on it. I'm pulling for you, buddy. We'll see you. You're going to keep improving until you catch the podium. It's going to be hard to knock off guys like Martin Carroll, Greg Carr, Nigel Baines. Let me just keep saying them.
Yeah, you got it.
We've got so many good drivers here in this league, guys, and each week all of you are getting so much better. Very proud of everyone. I told the other guys earlier in the broadcast, I said, I didn't say it earlier, I didn't want to jinx anybody, but this could have been, surprised we didn't have at least a 5 or 6 car pile up somewhere in there. And you guys ran one hell of a long race and one hard track to run this clean. You all did really well. I know a few of you would have liked to have done a little better. That's understandable. But for the most part, wow, you gave us an excellent broadcast. I can't wait for y'all to go watch it. Hey, Glenn Sidman, I want to talk to you if you're available.
Yeah, you bet. How you doing?
Oh, I'm doing great. And it seems like lately we enjoy you. All right, I think I know why. Is it better now?
That's much better.
Yeah, you got it now.
Yeah, I think that was
Yeah, I can hear
somebody
you now.
was trying to message in and it was cutting in and out. They can talk to me later. But what I was gonna say is Glenn, every week we watch and it's like, where did this guy come from? You're always getting up near the front and we always seem to jump over you. So tonight I was like, look, we're gonna just have to give him a new nickname or something. He's like the silent stalker. He's sleep in there and we don't even know it. Next thing you know, that True Blue Ford is up in the fourth and fighting for a podium. And I mean, man, congratulations on the killer driving tonight.
Thanks, I appreciate that. I think I had to go get some oxygen and some fluids and then come back.
But I was very proud of you in the race tonight. I thought that you did a really good job. Ran a very, very consistent race and just kept putting great lap after lap down. And it was very, very good job by you. I was very proud of you. And it looks like every week you're getting a lot better. And we should be looking to see you fight for a win pretty soon.
Well, I'm happy with I'm happy with the fourth. I could not believe the pace they were running up front. I did try to keep up for the first maybe 5 laps or so, and then I said, this is crazy. There's no way I'm going to keep up. I need to just run my own pace. Like Mario says, find my limit and just run that pace, and I'm extremely thrilled with the top 5.
Yeah, I was about to say it worked out very nice for you, Glenn, and congratulations on the run tonight. I thought it was exceptional, and you have every right to be proud, man. Good job.
Well, JD, Greg Carr is back. You can now get your interview with Greg Carr.
Okay, fantastic. Greg, are you there, bud?
Hope you can hear me this time.
Oh, absolutely. Let me get back into Greg Carr mode. Hold on. All right. No, Greg, you started third, and you ran a great race. In fact, you guys will all hear it, so we might as well go ahead and say it. Yeah, I decided we'd start a new tradition here at Bathurst, and I said most sporting events and big events, they always have the broadcasters pick a winner. And so I said, let's pick a winner, and we can't, each broadcaster has to pick a different winner. And you were the first picked winner by Matt Gelder. He said, Greg Carr's got it. And it was funny because I thought you really were going to do it. And you battled hard, and Marty just kept throwing down science fiction laps that nobody could catch, and he broke away from the pack. But I thought that you just did a killer job nailing good laps after good lap.
Well, sorry to disappoint there, but no, it was a good race. I don't know, when was it? Saturday in qualifying, I saw Martin put down a really good lap that even with my own setup, I couldn't touch that. So my goal was, let's just keep it in between the walls, keep it straight, and don't hit anything, and hopefully, maybe with a little luck, we might squeak one out. But hey, I'll take third. Should keep the points lead. I know Nigel missed a few races, and so did Martin, so I don't know, they're pretty quick. We should Might be a different story if they showed up in week 1, but I don't know. I still think it should be a good race to the end of the season.
Yeah, no
Yeah,
doubt.
Greg, I did pick you. I was very confident that you were gonna be at the front, and you finished third, which you were close to the front because after I've been watching the broadcast, I haven't made it to any of the races, but I've been watching the broadcast, and you are very consistent. You don't take any chances that you don't need to, and you're there. You're there at the end, and that's the main reason that I picked you. And that if you were close enough, you were going to be there at the end, that you could spoil or upset somebody. So that was my main reason for picking you.
Yeah, that's my plan. That's my strategy I use when I go to race. Is not take too many chances, and you got to finish the race in order to get a good result. So this was the first track on iRacing that I've raced. I had to race the track. I couldn't race the people in front of me or behind me. I very rarely looked at who I was near and just concentrated on the track, and it was pretty different. Most of the tracks I go to, I can kind of more pay attention to the guys around me and try to figure out and strategize, okay, I'm quicker in this corner, they're quicker in that corner, and I can work out a plan. But man, this track, once you start going up the hill, you have to put your blinders on and you can't think of anything else. And then you start coming down the hill, and then you can start breathing again. And then, guess what? 30 more times you got to do it. So it was a tough race.
Well,
Well,
5
I tell you
wins
what,
in a
Go
row.
ahead, Kane.
5 wins in a row definitely speaks for itself. You're definitely the man to catch in the points championship, and Bathurst is a bear all of its own. Like I say, it's a race where you race the track and you don't really race the people around you. But your points lead is definitely safe when you get 5 wins in a row. You get the distance that you have built up in the points championship. It's going to take a few more races before anybody could catch you, and you'd probably have to break your car for several of them. So I think you're safe.
Are you trying to
And
jinx him? Is that what's going on here?
No, let me tell you what's going on. What makes Greg Carr so dangerous is the fact that it's the consistency. Not only is he phenomenal in winning 5 straight races, it's if he doesn't win the race, he's getting a podium. And it's not that he shows up week after week after week, and you guys have seen it. The consistency that helps Jim Egan, and it helps guys like Kyle Herring and those guys. The consistency helps the point standings. Greg Carr's here every week, and it shows. And I love that because the guys that have stayed dedicated to the league have a big boost in the point standings, and I love that because that shows the testament to this league and how loyal you guys are to Grossim, and that's what really makes the difference for me. So, Greg, as long as you keep hitting these podiums, I don't think anybody's got a chance, bud.
Well, it sounds like a plan to me. We'll keep it going. The rest of the schedule looks pretty good as far as tracks I've been on before. So this was kind of the oddball, but hey, it was a great race. It was kind of weird. I couldn't wait for it to get over with, but then with 3 or 4 laps left, I was like, I want to keep going. This is pretty fun, but oh well. We'll see what happens next week at Road America.
It is a fun track. It's a dangerous track, and a lot of chaos can ensue here. But overall, Bathurst is such a fun track.
Well, that is Greg Carr. Congratulations, Greg. We really appreciate you stopping by to talk with us. Jim Egan, I see you there, bud. How you doing?
Oh, not too bad.
Okay, I got a question. At the beginning of our broadcast, we had a black screen for a little bit, and I was trying to find out what happened to you at the beginning. That I saw that you had to go to pit road, but we couldn't see what happened. I just saw the damage.
Yeah, what happened was I think it was like on lap 2 or 3. I don't really remember. I just made a rookie mistake going into Forest Elbow. The car unloads a little bit, and if you just get it wrong going in as you're braking and going up over the up over that turn that leads into Forest Elbow, you could really get it wrong and smack the wall, and that's what I did. So I had to come in, get a quick pit, and then on the next lap, I did something else really stupid and buggered the car and had to sit there for like 6 minutes, and so that put me that put me like 5 laps down. So that was really disappointing after a good start at ninth. So that was my day.
Well, Jim, after that rough start, though, you didn't lose anything after that. I think you ended up finishing exactly 5 laps down. And like I said, only times that I looked at you, I saw you driving great, and I saw you driving great with a beat-up car. So that's why I wanted to ask you that. And that answers it. But yeah, I'll say every time I saw you drive, it looked great.
Oh, thanks. Yeah, no, it was for me. It was pretty much a comedy of errors, and I was lucky that a couple people dropped out in front of me, and I was able to finish 14th, which is not bad for the points, but not as good as I wanted it to be.
That's understandable. And another driver for talking with us as well. Jim, good job racing tonight. I just don't want to leave Tony Klusterman out down there because he gave us a heck of a show tonight. Tony, you with us?
I am. How are you tonight?
Oh man, we are just doing so great. I enjoyed this race so much, and we actually Kane, I'll actually let you talk to him for just a second. He actually did a really good job letting us know a little bit more about you as far as a driver tonight. Actually got to let us know a little bit more about what your background in motorsports, and man, just very impressive from where you come from and all the things you've accomplished. And congratulations to that over tonight's race. I mean, even though you did great tonight, but wow.
I appreciate that. I've been very fortunate in my life and been able to do a lot of different things in motorsports, and getting a little on in age now, 58. So time to just maybe do some racing in the house. And certainly I just love this series. I gotta tell you, I've been invited to a number of series in the past, and some were good and some weren't. And this one is just over the top. You just guys do a fantastic job. I'm really appreciative.
Well, thank you, Tony. That means a lot. We do try hard, and we do our best to put on a decent broadcast for you guys. But it really helps whenever you guys are interested. And we just happen to have a bunch of interested guys here that have taken some time to run in the league and to have a serious interest in the league and to promote the league within their circle of friends and stuff. And we've got several new drivers here in the last few weeks that have really brought something new to the league, and same with you. We got to learn a little, like he was saying, we got to learn a little bit about your history tonight, and that was fantastic that we was able to learn about you. I wish some other drivers would send me some information so I'd know a little bit more about the other drivers, because that was a fantastic little piece to be able to add into the broadcast. Thank you for letting me know that information. It was very good.
Thank you. The race tonight was pretty exciting. I had a couple of mishaps. I won a dipper, and I just lost and hit the wall there, and had to go in for a quick pit and tow. So at the end of the race, I needed 2 gallons of gas to finish the race. I went into pit, and for some reason I didn't get my gas. I went out, never even realized it, and 2 laps later I ran out of gas again. So that's why I ended up in the pits 3 times, and 11th place. Not overly happy with it, but I was probably trying a little bit too hard, and I think Jim and Glenn both said it. Maybe I just need to back off a little bit and let it come to me as opposed to the other way around.
Yeah, I've noticed that in the last few races you do have some pretty good speed, but it seems like every once in a while that speed kind of gets you, and you have a little oopsie, and it costs you a little bit of time, but you've always managed to finish the race from what I can remember, and you're consistently running right there with the best of them.
Yeah, well, I think Road America's a new track for me next week, and we'll maybe take the pace a little bit easier and make sure that we have a clean race and finish well.
Well, it was a pleasure having you here tonight, Tony. Thank you for coming to the race, and we will see you at the next one.
Thanks, guys.
Yeah, thanks again, Tony. I really do appreciate you giving us that information. And for the rest of the guys, I want to get to Timothy Fife in just 1 second. But I just want to say to every driver in here, when you watch the broadcast tonight and you hear the great things that Tony Klusterman's been involved with, we'd love to get a little bit of a bio from each one of you guys. We'd like to feature a new driver each week. That way the viewers that watch these races get to know you a little bit better. I mean, people that watch these races week in and week out, they begin to start to learn the drivers, and they begin to start to be fans of certain drivers, and they want to know a little bit more about them. So that's some of the great things you can do. You can just mail in the forums, Shane or myself, and we'll be really happy to do a piece on you in one of the upcoming broadcasts. So that's the things that makes these broadcasts really great, is the folks getting to know you better, and that's awesome. So we really thank you a lot, Tony, for doing that for us.
I understand that everybody may not have an extensive rally career, or maybe not even have a real on-track career in auto racing at all, but everybody's got their own story, and we would love to hear it.
Yeah, even if you just want to say, hey, I'm a Jeff Gordon fan or something, it doesn't matter. We just want to know more about you. But I don't want to leave a great driver out who joined us tonight, and that is Timothy Fife. How are you doing tonight, buddy?
Yeah, pretty good.
Did I say your last name right? And if I did, I want to apologize, and I'll tell you why.
No, it is fine.
Okay, in the race, I don't know why, but I was so excited and jumping around. I think I called you Timothy Fry, and I don't know why. I think I saw F-R-Y. I don't know why I saw that, but I apologize if I mispronounced your name. I really do. Welcome. We're really glad to have you here in the GV8. And how'd you like running here at Bathurst with everybody?
It was really good, and thank you very much for inviting me into the GRA. Bathurst is a hard track, as we all know. It's a very hard one to probably come in and do your debut on, but yeah, I'm not the quickest around the track. I was just hoping to get some laps and get some experience under the belt.
Well, this is definitely a place to make your debut, as you just mentioned, but you know what? It shows a lot of courage to come in here and make your debut. We are so happy to have you join us here at the GV8, and hopefully you'll be back to join us at Road America next Monday night, and we'll be looking for more from you. But yeah, man, I enjoy seeing you on the track tonight, and I'm very proud of you for coming in and having the courage to join it here at Bathurst. This is such an incredibly difficult track. I couldn't imagine having my first race in a new league here, so I definitely tilt my hat to you for doing that, Timothy.
Yeah, definitely the Bathurst track and the V8 supercars just on their own are a handful to keep straight on their own. I'd just like to thank all the drivers out there that had their patience and got around me okay, hopefully.
Yeah, I thought we saw a little bit of you tonight. We were flipping around and watching. I hope you get a chance to go back and watch the broadcast of tonight. But saw very great sportsmanship from you tonight, and I know the guys all appreciated that. And that's one thing I hope you'll find in this league is these guys are just such great people, and they're just, not alone they're very talented drivers, but this is a league for all kind of drivers. I'd raced in this league before we started broadcasting, and I was not the fastest guy. Let's be honest, I was the slowest guy on the track, but I had so much fun racing with everybody, and they welcomed me with open arms, and they actually helped to make me better. So that's one of the best things here is it's just a great group of guys, and they're really fun to run with. So we're happy to have you here, and hope you stay with us for a while.
Yeah, that's what it's all about, is racing in a good league where you have some good guys that run around you and hopefully help you progress in your career later on down the track. And like I said, Bathurst was a very hard one to come into, but yeah, I'm not the fastest guy out there. I'm probably never going to be the fastest guy out there, but it's just the experience I'm gathering from this, and only been in iRacing for about 3 months now, so yeah, it's very good.
Well, thank you very much, Timothy, for coming in for the post-race interview, and thanks to all you other guys for coming in. I think we got everybody. If we missed anybody, I am truly sorry. Talking about the community and the community that we have here, the V8 Supercar community really does extend just beyond GROSM and our GROSM TV broadcasts and the GV8s. A lot of these guys will race on Saturday with V8 Supercars Americas, who is a good friend of the GROSM, and some will race with the Australians on the V8's online broadcasts. One of whom, the V8's online and Race to Reality did a series not too long ago, a few months ago, where the winner of which would get the chance to drive in a real Aussie supercar. And the most awesome thing, that the guy that was the champion, who has won the championship 5 or 6 times, Madison Down, ended up winning that series and getting that chance to drive the Aussie supercar. And that race where he got to drive was this weekend, and I have some footage of that.
That's amazing, Kane. That is awesome. That just goes to show you what can happen. You get in here and start racing and learning this car and getting better and better. That's amazing.
I'm jealous. I want to do it.
Yeah, no doubt. I'm jealous. And he done an excellent job. Let's bring up a video here to show a little bit about what the Race to Reality was.
Yeah, I'm jealous too.
And for any of you guys that are in the interview right now, if you go to our Twitch page, you can actually see the broadcast currently right now, what we're showing, so that as soon as Kane pulls this footage, you guys can see it live with us. And anybody that doesn't know that website, it's www.twitch.tv/1mountainllama1. I'll post it in the chat bar at the bottom.
Yeah, that'd be appreciated. Thanks, I couldn't write down quick enough.
Big thanks to V8's Online also for giving me permission to use some of this footage. This isn't a... Yeah, this one is V8's Online footage.
ticket for the Aussie race cars on December, so we're really looking forward to seeing you in the car and wrapping it around and representing sim drivers and everyone alike. So well done, congratulations again.
Thank you.
And the most important one is this is actually Madison Down in his race car, using that ticket that he won, getting to go hot lap at Morgan Park. And this is my favorite video. It's just awesome. So that just shows you that sim racing don't have to just stick to sim racing. So there's been several contests like that throughout iRacing history, and people have went on to drive real cars just from driving the sim racing. And that particular one just happened to be a member of our own V8 community, V8 supercar community. So wanted to kind of showcase that here on the broadcast to show everybody that something really great happened to one of our fellow racers.
That's just crazy. That'd be a one in a lifetime thing.
Fantastic, and thanks for sharing that with us. I really enjoyed seeing that. That just shows, man, when you're in this community, what can happen if you really get into it and really get down with your driving. I mean, that is amazing.
Yeah, great job to Madison Down. I don't know what position he finished on the race. I think it was last weekend, maybe. I seen that he started on the 9th row. That was about as much as I seen of the race, but it was televised, so he even made it on to a televised broadcast. So congratulations to Madison Down. What a fantastic job. Representing sim drivers everywhere. Just awesome.
Oh, and I also want to remember while we have Martin Carroll, while you're still with us, buddy, I wanted to remind you to make sure you send us your mail information so that we can send you your trophy for winning the 31 laps, the GetDirtyMX.com 31 laps of Bathurst presented by Gross MTV. We will make sure that we get that to you, buddy. Also, GetDirtyMX.com. We want to thank them very much. They'll be giving a t-shirt to you as well, buddy.
That'll be good. I'll wear it with pride. And I just wanted to say one more thing. How come no one voted for me to win the race?
I'm going to be honest. I'm going to be honest and tell you why you didn't get to vote. Because whenever I was trying to spit out the name, you're so new that I just couldn't get your name to come completely into my head. And so I knew that Nigel would be right there fighting for it, so I spit out Nigel.
Well, I'll say this. If you listen closely, Marty, I went ahead and went with Farouk Manzar. And I know, I just remember Farouk from last season, and the guy can throw down some fantastic laps. And he did a good job coming back. But if you listen closely, I mentioned you right after the picks. You were the ghost pick.
You should actually thank us because we picked everybody but you because you won.
Yeah, you didn't get any kind of commentator curse whatsoever.
Ask Mario Gerard about the commentators.
Oh, yeah.
It's disaster.
That commentator's curse can ruin a great race.
You know what? I'm gonna pick I got Martin next week. I'm gonna pick him next week. I think we're gonna start picking drivers every week. I enjoyed that. That's fun. We'll do it again next week. We just gotta
Thanks,
start.
Jerry. Appreciate it.
That's it, buddy. I got you next week, and I tell you what, we'll start keeping tabs on from this point to the end of the season who could the most winners. And no, 2 broadcasters, we can't pick the same driver. That's the rule. We can't. If I pick Marty, you got to go with somebody else. If I pick Mario, you got to go somewhere else. If I pick Tony Kloosterman, you got to go somewhere else. Get it? Got it? Great. Enjoyed it, guys. Man, this has been such a fantastic event. I hope that this we have a few new traditions for GrosSim, and I hope that Joe can see this, sees with what's happened with the league, and I think he has every reason to be really, really happy. I'm proud of every one of you guys especially Kane needs a big thank you. Kane put so much of this stuff together for this broadcast tonight, guys. So a really big thanks is in order to Kane for putting all this together. I'm here to run my mouth, but he does a lot of the behind the scenes things and all this stuff together. So he gets a big thank you from me tonight.